On with us, and he's a real live certified therapist, a licensed marriage and family therapist, and a doctorate in psychology. So he's the real kahuna. So our therapy Thursday, that last one really deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even ask her how many babies. She has 4 kids. How many of them were with different daddies?
Oh, different baby daddy.
Yeah.
What happens?
That was enough to cover the radio shows for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that was crazy. All right, anyway, so I hope she gets help. And it's like usually in the front of your local yellow pages or something.
In the phone book or whatever.
Yeah, how to get that. What's it called? Social services or something.
There's lots of help in there.
There's various agencies out there, child services and many others that can give some help.
Okay, all right, terrific. Here we go. Here's Therapy Thursday. It's Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Stan.
You're
Oh, you said hi to yourself. That's weird.
Did I say hi to myself?
Yeah. I don't know what that means, doctor.
I'm nervous.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Is there a mirror handy?
That's what it is. Go ahead.
I just want to say that you guys don't roll. You know what? You guys kick butt.
Oh, that's a whole new angle. Wow. That's big.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, go ahead, Sarah. What's your question?
You know what? I've had a lot of poopy men in the past, and I finally found a good one.
Right.
Good.
And he's really great, but the problem is he has a really close girlfriend, and I don't want to lose this guy, and I can't get a grip. He talks to her 5,000 times a day. Every day he works with her. They talk at night and during the day, and I can't. I don't. Is this normal?
Have you met her?
No.
Oh, see, that's what bugs me about
That's
that one.
Yeah, I have to wonder about that, Sarah. How much time does he spend talking to you?
Sarah? Sarah has a
How much
stroke.
time? Oh, he spoils me. He's completely nice to me. He's the greatest guy. I don't want to lose him, but I don't want to be jealous, but I can't stop being jealous.
Well, yeah, I wonder about that. I mean, have you even seen her picture?
No, I haven't seen her picture. He worked with her. He still does, but not in the same department. And then, but they talk like 3 times a night. I mean, she calls him at 4 in the morning. I've been there in his bed, and I've jumped up and fell off.
How often have you talked to him about her?
I have. He says they're very good friends, and he's, would not give her up. He doesn't have many friends, which he's 37 years old.
She's getting another call. I'm about ready to kill her.
That's him.
Oh.
I'm sorry. You want to kill me, Jamie?
Yes, because you're getting
Okay,
another
how
call.
about I come there and you can slap me around?
No, I mean, it's
that's
just
so
because
fun.
you're getting another call, dumbass.
Your call waiting
you.
sticker.
Sarah,
in.
How
one
long
for
have you
me?
been? How long have you been with this boyfriend?
It's only been a month, but I don't want to. I don't want to ruin it because he's a good guy.
A month?
A month?
Give it some time then. Let him have his friend.
Hold on. In a month, 1 month into a relationship, the relationship is so new, he's still into it, and he should be giddy gaga goo goo over you, and all that attention should be totally being poured on you 1 month into a relationship. Like, I didn't start to, not want to be around my wife all that much years into the
Well, it's
relationship.
not that he doesn't want to be around her. He kept this friend because he doesn't know if Sarah's permanent.
Yeah,
but
way too close.
Sarah, why
Yeah.
don't you ask to meet her and say, hey, why don't we all go out for drinks and nachos?
Yes.
There you go.
Nachos.
Go.
And then
Go meet
see
the
how
chick?
much
Yeah.
attention he gives you versus her when you're together.
Right, and if he has a problem with all 3 of you going out, then I would say that is a problem.
And if she's
Yes.
hot.
And Sarah, when I met my wife, I had friends who were girls, but after, when you start to get really into your wife or your girlfriend for a long time, those people kind of fade away. It's only been a month.
But this girl's calling
Yeah,
4
but
a.m.
Yeah, but it's
and
only
all-
been a month.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
I know
with
it's
you.
been a
I'm with
month.
Sarah,
I just don't want to
Yeah.
ruin it by my stupid jealousy.
That's what I'm saying. Lay low for a
I
little
like
while.
my idea the best.
Yeah, I think
Meet
you're
her.
right. Meet her.
I
You're
think
right,
go
that's good,
directly
Jamie.
for knowing the girlfriend, and yes, you're right to be concerned because it sounds excessive that he's spending this much time when he's got a new exciting relationship with you.
That's what Stench said, and I
Just
agree with
4
that
in the
too.
morning calls. Is
Also
that
weird. You're
That's
37 years old. That's like high school stuff. You
Yeah.
talk all night and
I mean,
get
like,
4 in the
the
morning
3
calls.
of us are really, really, good friends. We do stuff off the air, but I'll tell you, maybe once a week I'll talk to Jamie or Jack on the phone at
And
one
I'm
point.
not calling you at 4.
Yeah, and we work
Unless
together
there's
all
a
day.
problem.
Exactly. 4 o'clock in the morning means, oh, God, Jack's wife's having a baby.
All right, so Sarah, see if you can go out for beers and nachos.
Yeah.
I got you. Thanks.
Or the
Jamie.
bloomin' onion.
What?
A bloomin' onion and
Yeah,
nachos.
yeah.
She's hot. That's
All
a
right.
that's a big factor. She's
And-
hot.
Monica, will you get Sarah's number? Because I want to find out how this goes. Because if he's like, no, I don't want to. If they don't want, if he doesn't want to let him meet,
Yeah, then there's something weird.
Yeah,
flag.
there's
Because
something going on
There's
there.
two ways this could go. It's either some girl who has a crush on him that he doesn't really like but likes the attention, or he has a crush on a girl who won't have anything to do with him and he likes, wants
She
to
might
keep
be
contact
just a
with
fat
him.
chick, and she's a really great friend.
Right.
Yeah.
One of those feed your ego kind of
And
friends.
this boyfriend is sort of biding his time. Sarah's new, and he just wants to see what's happening before he gives up his interaction with the other girlfriend.
Nah.
All right, we're going to take this question, and then when we come back, we'll take the answer. So, Alicia, what's your question?
I'm concerned about my husband on adult chat rooms quite often.
Awesome.
Have you asked him not to be on them?
Oh, yeah. And I've also found him with nude pictures
Of him? Of himself?
or-
on a website.
Of him or of who?
No, of him.
So he's placed them on a website? What sort of website?
Like an adult chat website. I guess you can put up like your own room.
Look
and
at mystuff.com.
Yeah,
Awesome.
like
Yeah, look at my package and think about
under
me.
like his profile, instead of just putting a normal photo, it's his naked body.
With his schlong out and everything?
Everything
Oh,
except for his
oh,
face.
Oh.
All right, hold on. That's a good one, Doc. All right, we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we'll find out what it means when your husband puts his schlong on the internet. All right, Therapy Thursday, everybody. Yay! I like Dr. Don a lot. Dr. Don Eckes?
Etkis, yes.
Eckes, PhD. He is in the Los Angeles area, and you can check out his website at maximizesuccess.com. It's maximizesuccess.com. A doctorate in psychology, licensed marriage and family therapist, successful author, blah, blah, blah. Anything else you want me to throw in?
Yes, just somebody who's been out there. I did a year and a half of dealing with the criminally insane, so now I'm ready for the general public and for this radio
Nice.
show.
Wow.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
Wow. And in Hemet for a while.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Goes to
working with alcoholic families, so I've seen it all.
Well, in Hemet, you got to drink.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Not much else to do.
Yeah, have you ever been to Hemet?
Yeah.
There's like just a car dealership there. That's it.
A bunch of old people.
Come on, you could watch cars going by on the freeway.
Right, there's
Yeah.
that. Yeah, okay. So here we go. We had Alicia on the phone. She said that her husband has been going to adult chat rooms. She asked him to stop. He hasn't stopped. And now, recently, she found out his nude body is out there on the internet. That he's placed his nude body, fully nude, on the internet. All right, so that's Alicia. Alicia, meet Dr. Don.
Hi, Dr. Don.
Hello, Alicia.
So she's asked him to stop, blah, blah, blah. Any other questions? That
How long has he been doing this?
A while, I guess.
A while?
Yeah,
a
because
month, a year, 2 years?
a couple years.
2
Wow.
yeah.
When I-
2
when I-
years. It makes
That's
a
a
little
while.
difference.
I did. I was doing a little research, and seeing what he was doing because I have found some stuff, and
Research? You mean you were spying on him?
I
Right.
was.
Yeah,
well,
it's
I,
understandable. This is something to really concern you. And how long have you two been together?
We've been together 7 years. I've been married almost 3.
All right. Children at the
One.
house?
I have a daughter.
How old is she?
3.
3. All right. Now, is he's doing this completely on his own, or is he exposing all this stuff to you and your daughter?
Not to us, no.
All
Well,
right.
I mean me, but not my daughter.
And what is he telling you about this?
That he's just curious of what people think of his unit, I guess.
No way.
Yes.
That's
weird.
That's weird.
Yes. What do you think of his unit?
Fine, I guess. I don't
He
know.
says with a straight face.
Yes.
He did, which was weird.
Yeah, well, maybe he's not getting enough attention from you for his unit.
Well, I think that we.
This is
Do
not
you really
her
think it's her
fault,
fault that?
Dr.
Come on, this
Don.
guy's creepy.
I'm trying to find out that
I
you've
just- I
put
don't-
forth that you are deeply concerned about this.
I don't know if he has too much time on his hands. He doesn't work. He stays home
all right.
with our little one. I work full time, so it's
I don't think
I don't know
that's
if it's
the
because
excuse
he's
either.
bored.
Is he bored, and that's why he's putting his ratemyschlong.com?
What about macrame or knitting? You don't have to put naked pictures of yourself on the internet when you're bored. It
Well,
seems like
here's
more of
the
a
thing,
perversion.
though. Here's the thing, Dr. Don, is she has asked for him to stop, and he didn't stop. And did you catch him lying about not stopping?
Well, he did. He did in fact take his pictures off. So
Oh.
he, as far as I know.
So that's done.
But the chatting has not stopped.
You know what I would do? I'd make him get rid of the internet. I'd be like, the internet goes or I go. And you're a stay-at-home, non-working guy, so make the call.
That's a good
Yeah.
ultimatum. If it's
Cancel
tearing
the-
you guys apart,
Cut the
Yeah.
computer off.
what do you think, Dr.
The,
Don?
the main thing is it's a partnership, and he has to respect also what's going on in your feelings, and you're concerned about where this may wind up going. Are you thinking that somehow he's going to get involved with somebody else?
Dude, he was trolling. If he had naked photos on the internet, he was looking for some action. There's no
He
way.
just wanted somebody
Who's
to
he
tell him how
talking
pretty
to?
his schlong was.
Girls or
Exactly.
men? Do you
They're
know that?
Female.
Okay, so it's straight sites?
And no, they're adult. Yeah, straight adult porn sites, I guess you would say.
Do you feel he gives you enough attention?
No, not at all.
All right,
Because
that's
he's
the
tired
really
when you
big
go.
problem right there. I think the main thing is you have to really let him know that this is critical to your relationship. He needs to really focus on giving you attention, and then you'll see whatever happens with the internet. But really, the problem is, are you out there dating each other?
No.
All right. You need to start getting back to dating, and then you'll find out if he's serious about you, let alone anything that's happening on the internet.
Dr.
And,
Don?
and the other thing is, it might be a case of where he feels really insecure. You know, you're working, blah, blah, blah. He's a stay-at-home guy. He doesn't feel manly. And so he does all this stuff so he feels, what's that thing, self-worth and manly.
Self-esteem,
and
low self-esteem.
Yeah, all that crap.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it. I don't know.
The first thing is your relationship. Find out about dating each other, which most couples do. They forget about dating once they're in an established relationship. Do that and see how much attention he's giving to you, and then you'll see whatever's going to happen with the internet.
What's the thing of where it's an addiction?
Yeah, or just a
A sex
perversion.
addiction,
Yeah.
potentially.
What? Like, how do you know? Alicia know if it's an addiction? Like if he's addiction.
Addiction is determined by effect. If he is hurting her feelings and she's telling her, and he keeps doing it over and over again, then he is having a negative effect. There's no right or wrong number of times to do anything sexually out there. It's a question of the effect on the people around you and on yourself. And if it's a negative effect, meaning it can break up a family, ruin your finances, cause you to lie to a lot of people, then it could potentially be some type of sex addiction. But first of all, I think he might also be using it as a way to get away from the relationship because he doesn't feel good about himself because he's staying at home. So see about getting out there and enjoying being together with each other. And if that's not working, then there's a problem with the relationship that goes beyond whatever. The internet may simply be a symptom of something else that needs some work in the relationship.
That internet's destroying lives. I'll tell you that. It isn't it? It's making it so easy. I mean, all our calls are, Christy found her ex-husband or first lover of his life, her
Right.
life. I mean, the internet's nuts.
But it just makes
What
it
they do-
easier for
That's
people
what I
with
mean.
perversions or with these desires to find people. They still
Yes.
had those
Yeah,
perversions
but
or
I mean,
desires
the
without the
chances
computer.
are is that Christy wouldn't go off with her first love until the internet came
But do you
around.
think people were doing
But she
more
always
weird
would have
stuff
wanted
before
to.
the
Hold on,
internet?
what?
You know what I mean? Were you doing more weird stuff before the internet, or is the internet just a way that you think you're anonymous and you could do this? That's what I mean. What were they doing stuff
Playboy.
without the internet?
I think with the
Yeah, exactly.
anonymity that there's a lot of people doing things that they wouldn't have ordinarily. And so we have to see where all this goes. There's a lot of questions about how healthy people are taking care of themselves. And of course, Therapy Thursday is about some fine tuning in life.
Everybody, the internet's the devil. It is. Karen and I.
Oh, no, not the pea soup.
I'm telling you, the internet's the devil. It's my new show on the CW, Internet the Devil, and it's a reality show. It's in development. Karen, go ahead. What's your question?
I basically, hi everybody, you guys do.
Thank you.
I had basically the same situation as I think it was caller Sarah just said, that where she is now dating someone who has a best friend, except that I'm the best friend, and the guy, we were great friends for 3 years, and I thought it might be leading somewhere, but we had never defined the relationship. And then he told me about 2 months ago that he's decided he's going to be dating this new girl that he met on the internet, which was fine. But then,
But the desire's there. It doesn't matter if the internet.
Kidding,
makes you
Jack. It
find
was a joke.
So basically he told me that he will no longer talk to me because he wants to be with her and fully committed to her. But then every few weeks he's still talking to me, and he's I'm trying to move on because that's what he wants. And I do have feelings for him, so he's just making it harder on me, because now yesterday I find out he's like engaged to a girl he's only known for 5 weeks. So, but he just keeps coming back with this insane stuff. So,
And you guys haven't kissed or fondled or
We
honked?
have kissed, but I mean, we just never officially defined our relationship. And so, when he said he wanted to be with someone else, okay, but
Have you stooped each other?
no.
Oh,
What would you really like to happen? In your heart of hearts, what would you really like to be going
love
on?
to be with
You
her.
know, I don't know. I would want to be with him only because we've been friends for 3 years. But I mean, he's done all this to me, so why would I want to be with him?
They're right. There you are. You've got an answer.
Yay, Karen! My God, you're amazing.
But it's just, how do you, I mean, when I tell him don't talk, or when we say we're not going to talk to each other, and then he comes back and he keeps telling, and why is he finding time to find me and talk to me if he should be with her?
Because he can, because you're there, because you're a doormat.
You let him in. You know, where's your?
Sorry.
You have to think. Where are your boundaries? What do you want for yourself? Do you want a healthy relationship with somebody who's really going to appreciate you?
No, she doesn't deserve that. She's Karen. She's Karen. She doesn't deserve that, dog. She deserves what she's getting right now.
All right, Karen.
Right, Karen?
Right.
You're right. Exactly. This is
well-
all your worth.
Exactly.
Well, Karen, you're going to have to decide about that, whether you want to join Jamie's club or you want to make your own club and get out there and find the man who will appreciate you for you rather than hanging out with all these other ladies.
Oh, okay.
She's part of the DMC, the Doormat Club.
Man.
I'm a card member.
Yeah, Karen's the president. She's not only a member, she's the president. DMC.com. I think we should start it.
Register at, yeah.
All right, so Karen, it's really up to you, but it sounds like you like being there anyway because you like the drama, and maybe he'll come back, but he's engaged, but, whatever. Is this really all you're going to get, probably? Once in a while, he'll come by and kiss you or something?
No. I'm sure I'll find someone better. I just thought I would call him because of Sarah's thing where, she was talking about being the girl on the other side and all that stuff.
Karen,
So,
are you looking for somebody?
me right now,
Yes.
I've met one person, but I don't think, I'm working on it.
Well,
it's been too soon, but I'm working on it.
It's too soon. Wait a minute. This guy is really not
He's
there
engaged.
for you.
I'm
How's
not the
it too
one
soon?
that's crazy. I'm not going to go get married in 5 weeks.
Well,
But
wait a minute. We're not talking about getting you married off, although, you can tell us about the invitation when it occurs.
Okay, I will, definitely.
But the thing is, get out there and be with a lot of other men in terms of, I'm not talking necessarily in the biblical sense, but
Right.
being out there and meeting them and get away from the focus that you're staying focused on this guy, and so you're continuing your doormat membership.
Oh, no, I think I'm out there.
But you know what's funny, Karen, is that here's what I always like about people like you and me. We analyze these guys. We're like, he's crazy. He got engaged after 5 weeks. But aren't you a little crazy because you're the girl still calling about him and sitting there waiting for him? He's engaged. Who's
not
crazy?
waiting for
Karen,
him.
who's really crazy?
Well, I'm crazy, but I'm not waiting for him.
That's why you called about him?
No, I was just talking. I was listening.
Oh, I was just
to
calling because I was just bored.
Right.
Yeah, I was
Because
bored. It's
you
early
haven't
in the
thought,
morning.
hey, I could change my phone number. Or,
Right,
like
exactly.
there's ways to cut him off if you didn't really want to talk to him.
Well, I didn't think that he'd call. All of a sudden.
You hoped he would.
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't think he would. but
You're
you hoped he
in
would.
the slot machine syndrome.
Oh,
Yeah,
slut
it's like
machine?
you keep pulling that handle, and just maybe more than one coin will come out every 3 hours
Dink,
if I
dink,
keep pulling
dink.
it.
Yeah.
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 Oh, well. Wheel. Fortune.
Go
That's
for
the
what's
best
real.
when you get Wheel of Fortune.
I love that slot machine. Oh,
man.
yeah. All right, when we come back, we have Jill, and Jill is a lesbian, and her girlfriend has just come home and said, I have feelings for a man. What?
With Jamie, Jack, and Stench.
What was that, Jack?
They can't all be winners.
Effects.
I'm like, what
all
were they all
fancy.
saying? Holy hell. All right, it's Therapy Thursday, everybody. Yay, we love Therapy Thursday. Now, listen to this. I just learned this. Dr. Don, who is in the room with us, Mr. Doctorate in Psychology, licensed marriage and family therapist, is also a write-in candidate for California governor.
How's that happen?
Yeah. Well, let me just read his platform to you. Dr. Don Etkes is running for California governor to lower the high divorce rate, reduce child abuse and neglect, and also legalize gay marriage. He wants to help heal the dysfunctional family that California politics has become.
Oh, yes.
Kumbaya
Well,
right
you're a
there.
little crazy, Dr. Don.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
There's some things we can't undo, I think.
yeah, well, I know that. I try to live with it every day, but here, I'm crazy enough. Here I am with the three of you.
Yes. So for more information, you can go to electdrdon.com. That's electdrdon.com. And he's also selling his services, his therapy services on eBay to raise
yes.
money for the campaign.
Campaign, yes.
And I asked him off the air, I'm like, what the hell are you doing, dude? But only different. I said it different. Why running for governor? And he has this whole really long explanation.
It was.
What was it, Jack? It was
I went and looked at the website instead. I figure it's on there if I really want to know.
because he thinks people are getting married too quick. They don't know each other.
Right. He wants to be a pain in my butt and make you go through a 6-hour course before you get married.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
we
listen,
have
people
that.
have to get a license to drive a car.
Right.
I mean, why not, when you go for a marriage license, have to be exposed to a workshop that says, hey, take a look at the potential of unrealistic expectations. How are you going to manage your money? What are the ways to raise children, avoid stress in a relationship? I think if at least they take a 6-hour course, they've got a little more up on it.
Oh, it's
Don't
called-
have 6
it's
hours.
called Catholicism.
Listen, I
I
wanted
did
to
You
make
guys-
it
more than
6
6
weeks.
hours.
But
way
wait,
more
okay.
than 6 hours.
But did you guys deal with finances?
Yeah, they even ask you.
How come it's not working in your marriage?
But it is in the sense of it's perfect that we kept everything separate. I mean, we have no joint anything. It's all separate. I have my bill, she has hers.
Yeah,
but
you are
with
totally
that-
unusual compared to most couples. They go into this with starry eyes, and then they find out, well, wait a minute, how are we going to handle our money? Which, by the way, is the second biggest issue for couples out there.
What's the first one?
It's communication.
Nah,
Yeah,
right.
number
I got
one.
problems with that.
But far more couples break up over money than they ever do over sex. So why not learn about handling money before you even get married and make sure you're on the same page?
Well, if you
about
don't
it?
have any, you don't really have to worry about it.
We even had to
Oh,
write
yeah,
about
all right, Jamie has found the perfect solution.
Yep.
Just marry somebody poor.
Yep. If you don't have it, you don't worry about it. You just go. Oh,
We even had to
God.
write about how we would raise children, how we would discipline them, and all this stuff in these.
Well, then
don't-
I guess
in
you've
the
just
6
taken
hour,
away
yeah.
his platform.
But in the whole Catholic workshop, we did that
All right.
at
Well,
our church. Because
but-
they wouldn't let us get married at
Again,
the church
it-
until we danced through all their little hoops. And you know what? It really kind of irritated me. More
but did
than
it work?
anything. We realized
I'm
where
gonna
we
go ahead
agreed.
and say
where
no
we
based
agreed
on
and
my
did-
knowledge.
Where we agreed and didn't agree.
Everybody who gets a driver's license has to take a test. Have
Yeah.
you been on the freeway? It
Can we go
doesn't
back
help.
to Therapy Thursday?
Yeah, we're gonna fight
Please.
Dr. Don.
There's a few less maniacs.
Jesus. All right, electdrdon.com, electdrdon.com if you want to elect him as your governor.
That rule.
So there you go. All right, let's go back to Jill, shall we? And Therapy Thursday. Here's Jill. You're a lesbian, correct?
Yes,
And your girlfriend came home one day and said, "I have feelings for a man."
basically.
When she said feelings, was she leaving you for a man?
No, we've been together for 4.5 years, and she came home about 3 weeks ago and said that she has always wanted to sleep with a man, and she basically was wondering my feelings on the subject.
Oh, and what'd you say?
And I said, well, since I can't give it to you, then maybe you should.
Available at jamiewhite.com.
Yes, there are certain devices that will do that.
Anyway, Jill, so you said, since I can't provide the mail, whatever, what'd you say?
I said that maybe we should talk about it some more, and if she still feels that way, then maybe she should go explore those feelings.
Well, that was very mature, Jill.
Good. And,
Yeah,
and
but-
what are your feelings, Jill?
I don't want her to sleep with men.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, good
Is-
one. Write that down there, doctor.
Yes.
He's like making notes.
Right.
He's like, oh, Jill does not want her to
And
sleep
Jill,
with men.
just so you know, that's not a lesbian thing. I don't want my wife to sleep with other men
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, you're in a committed relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a bad one.
All right. And so, how determined is she?
I honestly don't know. She has been thinking about it. It's not the first time the subject has come up in like the past 3 weeks.
But
But
Doc, and I hate to stop you, Jill, but Jack's right. If you're in a monogamous relationship, no matter if it's male on male, female,
Right.
male, whatever, if your partner comes home and says, I want to sleep with somebody, I have feelings for him, it's time to get out.
Right. That's a bad sign.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute here. I mean,
Okay,
she's
all
saying
right,
feelings. She
okay,
hasn't
all
said I got
right.
out and slept with the front team of a football
Oh, that's
team or
after
something
you do.
like
You
that.
say I have feelings.
If somebody tells me they have feelings, I don't want them around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we'd have a few less people married out there if they said that they had feelings about something. The question is really how serious do they want to move forward, and is it going to be something that they want so much it's going to disrupt the relationship?
The chick has brought it up a few times
Yeah,
now.
she brings it up all the time. it
I want
sounds
me
You're going to
some
be
man
married
love.
to a woman that comes home and goes, honey, I have feelings for Todd.
Yeah.
Well, let me see if she keeps saying that.
Well, she said
week
that she
after
keeps
week.
saying it.
How long has she been saying this?
How
Jill?
long has she been saying it, Jill?
She's been saying it seriously for about 3 weeks now. And,
All right, 3 weeks.
But the thing is, it's not one person in particular that she wants to sleep with.
It's all men.
Hey, we may find some volunteers here.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so she wants and.
Tough love, Dr. Don. Tough
Come
love
on,
on this
Dr.
one.
Don.
Step up to the plate
Right.
and tell Jill how it is.
All right. Well, you have a monogamous relationship. So ask her if she really is serious about the relationship and if she can live without sleeping with the men.
Oh, that's not a good
And
one.
it'll-
That's
yeah.
not a good one.
We had kind of the opposite of this. Remember the girl whose boyfriend hooked up with her best friend, the guy best friend, because he always wanted to try sleeping with a
Right.
man?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And she was debating what to do, and we told her to get away from him. You know, that's not a committed relationship. When you have somebody else who wants to hook up with, be with another guy, another girl.
I don't want to be with anybody that has feelings for somebody
anybody
The
else.
question
Yeah.
is, how long are these feelings persisting? She's talking
3
about
weeks.
3 weeks. If this goes on, week after week, then yes, there's a serious
But it
problem.
hurts Jill's feelings.
Yes, of course. And Jill, have you said how it makes you feel?
Yes, I have, and it doesn't make me feel well at all, but it's not something that I can physically give her, so...
I understand. Well,
We
wait a
got
minute.
that you
This-
don't
we
have a
get it.
penis.
This is wait a minute. This is about hearts. First of all,
Yeah,
you
this
give
is
her
emotions.
your heart.
This isn't about
and
appendages.
hopefully in a monogamous relationship, that's enough. People can wonder about stuff, and that's the difference. Now, if you'd been telling me she'd been doing this for 3 months, that's one thing. If it's 3 weeks and she moves on from this, and this is something she was just thinking about, and she moves on and she's committed to you, then that's fine. But if this goes on week after week after week, then you really have to question whether this relationship will work.
Okay, Jill?
Yes, thank you.
All right. I don't think he helped at all.
I
on
say
that
thoughts are things. It's out there.
Yes.
one. You always have a heart on your sleeve.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Nice
you.
save.
Thank you. Dana!
Yes.
Hi, you're the last question. Oh my God, because Barry Manilow's coming up
Yeah,
next.
Barry.
Because he writes the songs, make the whole world sing. God dang it!
Mine's going to take a while, so.
Oh,
Well, my question is...
Are you in a cave?
I wonder if the session that I have started is going to turn into a psychotic thing. For example, 3 years ago, I was just started dating a guy who just recently got divorced, and he was dating several women besides me, and we both knew that about each other, so it was cool. But then we got serious. I moved in with him and eventually married him. But during the time that we were dating, I had left tape recorder out when I went to go visit my parents just to see if other people called and things like that.
The
And I
secret
never
tape
have done
recorder.
that before. I've never snooped on any of my boyfriends up until this time. And so I tried it, and I did find something. And I found that this younger girl, 20 years younger than him, who he used to teach tennis to, was calling and trying to come over when I was gone. She knew I was gone. And she was begging him on the phone, oh, come on, let me over.
is his name Sal?
Yeah, is this Saul's girlfriend?
Yeah, but the question, what did you hear him say to her? What's important is not that she was begging. What was he doing?
Hold on. Well, she was basically trying to talk him into, coming over and,
We got that, yeah.
just be
Yes.
friends and we can hang out like they used to.
Yeah, yeah, we know how that goes. It gets a little more than friends at times. But what was he
well,
saying?
listen
That's
to
what's
that.
important here.
What was he saying on the tape recorder?
Well, he did say, well, I'm in a relationship now.
Nice.
Good.
Yes, and that should indicate to me that I should be able to trust him.
Right, that's perfect. Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Right.
he's a
Well,
dreamboat.
there's more.
Now
We're married, and it's 3 years later. He's still talking to her because I found a text now, and in the text, it's from a guy named Rudy. And Rudy says, sorry, hun, I wasn't able to get your call. I'll talk to you after I get off work.
Yeah, by the way, men are getting smarter and smarter. They change all their caller ID numbers to men's names.
And he put it on his work phone, which is a different phone than what he normally uses. So I called this Rudy, and it's the same girl.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
So he knows that he's doing something wrong because he has to lie about the name. So obviously he knows he's doing something wrong.
Has he ever said anything to you directly about her?
Just that they were friends that a while back that they did kiss or make out and that they hadn't had sex.
And how did what did you tell him you felt about that?
I feel very insecure about the whole thing.
Yeah, so
Very
that
insecure.
makes sense, yes.
And I'd asked him, I didn't never tell him that he couldn't talk to her.
Well, that's what you got to do.
No, I understand that. Thing is, I don't believe that you need to, if he is being honest, as I'm
Wait a
trying-
minute. He just
He's
said,
not.
he said
Rudy
something.
is not an honest name.
Yeah, her name's not Rudy.
Yeah, there's a red flag there. Have you've questioned
God,
specifically
women
about the
so
Okay,
give
the
excuses
thing
to all
is
these.
that
Justified.
I've become quite the
doormat
snooper
to
now.
The
The
what?
thing is,
Oh, the
is I've
snooper.
become quite the snooper, and I'm doing all I can to just not, like.
Did
I've
you
got the
did
whole-
you buy Spectre yet?
I went and bought a software program, and I can record everything off the internet what he does.
Yes,
And now I basically, if I can, I could check his messages on his cell phone, see the phone bill, all that stuff.
What about this text mail? What did you say to him about this Rudy message?
Well, I confronted him, and what actually happened is that the mother of that girl, I guess she was with that girl when I was talking to her, and the mother is the secretary for where he works. And
There's so many.
This thing's got arms and legs.
Yeah.
Can you snoop or not snoop on your husbands?
You have to. First of all, that's a red flag for yourself when you get to that point.
I'm
you
all
have to
for it.
question what's going on. I'm all for people talking directly, and if you feel you can't trust the person, why are you in that relationship? Why do you have to get all this snoopware if you just don't feel right in your heart about trusting the
Because
person?
you can't trust anybody, Dr. Don.
Right.
no
but then what
one.
do you do with it? If you don't trust them enough, then maybe you have to talk to them, and if it
So
doesn't
if you
work,
find
then
out that
you
your
move on.
husband is talking to an ex-girlfriend or whatever, like Dana, what do you do?
Well, first of all, you confront them. You ask them what's going on here, and then if it's going on enough, then at some point you have to decide to pull the plug on the relationship after you've talked about it enough, after you've seen a few things going on. You have to go with your gut feelings on whether this person is really respecting you and your needs.
There you go, Dana. You got to break off the marriage. All right, yay, everybody! It's Dr. Don. Thank you so much for coming in. You're awesome, absolutely awesome. And you can go to electdrdon.com, electdrdon.com. All right, thank you so much. You're awesome.
Thank you,
bitches.
Dr. Don.
When we come back, Barry Manilow. It's beautiful, Jack.
It is beautiful.
Now, I didn't talk to you guys about this. Are we going in? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So before we get to Barry Manilow, let me just tell you something that's happening in the studio. Therapy Thursday. Love Therapy Thursday. Love to hear your troubles, blah, blah, blah. But Jack is fired up pissed about Therapy Thursday. Like you've never seen Jack, because Jack usually is depressed in a corner.
Yeah,
Right.
quiet.
Well, normally, no, there's been some I haven't liked.
Right.
Some of the therapists, but I just
like
thought
him.
I thought some of the advice wasn't really advice, and for that poor lady whose husband is putting naked pictures of himself on the internet, and he told her she needs to date him more. I think a sign of a relationship problem. Yeah, maybe you chat a little to a girl, but when you start, it's a perversion. When you start putting your naked pictures on the internet and letting people vote on the size of your unit and stuff, you have a bigger problem, and that guy needs different
Or
kind of
you're
help
really proud.
than a night at the Olive Garden.
Yeah, and when Jack put it like this, I said, wow, I really like that doctor. I thought he did a good job. And Jack flipped out on me. He's like, no, he didn't, JB. That guy is putting his penis on the internet, and he's married. And that guy said, well, what do you think about his penis? And then he said, are you guys dating? You
Oh
need
my
to get
God.
out more.
It bugged me when he said that she needs to date him. She's a full-time working person who has a stay-at-home guy. My wife has been staying at home. She isn't putting naked pictures of herself on the internet and trolling for people to vote on her boobs.
The only thing I agreed with is that, if you're stay at home, I think sometimes your self-esteem or what people think of you, blah,
and
blah,
I
blah.
agree.
I saw your wife on Rate My Rack the other day.
Well, she's pregnant. I hope she had a good number.
So I get, like, if you're chatting because you want to feel
Right.
good about yourself, but I
like
do
on
agree
AOL
with Jack.
chat room, lonely dads or whatever. But when
I
you
agree
start
with Jack when you
That's
put
not
your
okay.
wanky
You're-
on the internet and you're married and you want people to rate it. There's
and talk about it. When you want people to chat about your schlong and not, hey, I'm at home and I'm lonely and I don't understand what it's like, that's one thing. I get that. But when you want to chat about my schlong on the internet, I have a bigger problem than my wife doesn't go to Olive Garden enough with me. And that's just my point. And that's why he bugged me.
Wow.
Wow.
And then he wants to be governor.
Okay,
And I
okay.
hate people who want to be governor.
Yeah, you get-
Okay, when we get back, we're going to have
Wow.
Barry Manilow.
Wow.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench. 1-800.
Hey, if you put your schlong on the internet, you get a divorce.
Ah.
God.
Thank you.
Just bury it, would
Will
you?
you shut him up?
My God, he's just flipping out. He's like,
That guy drove me crazy. Get the rock lady back.
All right, so if your husband puts his schlong on the internet,
You've got issues.
You have issues.
you have issues.
Bigger than a
Probably-
date night.
You probably don't. And stop bringing the Olive Garden into it, too.
I
That's
love
my
the Olive
favorite
Garden.
place.
So do I.
Endless breadsticks.
I don't want to think different about breadsticks.
By the way, speaking of thinking of differently of people, coming up after Barry Manilow is Jeannie Buss.
I love Jeannie
I
Buss.
just saw her naked.
Yeah, me too.
Those are hot pictures.
She's blonde down there.
Do you color there, or is that real?
I don't know.
Wow.
I
You
can't
can
wait to
ask
ask.
I've just never seen Jeannie Buss naked. Oh,
I have.
Jeannie, well,
Oh,
you
no.
Yeah.
did the
There's
Playboy,
so
and I
much
saw your blondness.
You cleaned that up really well because I know what you wanted to do.
Well, I'm in stall pattern. What do you do? You're stall. You know when
Holding
you.
pattern.
I'm in the holding pattern because we're waiting for Barry Manilow. By golly, we got him.
I think he's
There he
landed.
is.
He's running 2 minutes late.
The berry has landed.
Let's talk about Jeannie's Bush.
Okay.
Okay. I'm an expert on that.
Wow.
I had that issue.
I said Jeannie Buss. What do you think I said?
That's what I thought you said.
She said, "Let's talk about Jeannie
Buss some
Right.
more.
I
What
get
do you
you.
think I said?
I don't know what you could have possibly said.
You're
Anyway.
perverted now that you've gone all weird.
Yeah,
Well,
are
you
you
wanna
on
see-
medication?
Do you want to see my pictures on
Are
the
you on
internet?
medication?
No.
Antidepressants?
Jack,
no.
Anti-inflammatory?
Yes.
And do me a favor, Jack. Stop emailing me pictures of your schlong.
Just let me know what you think and they'll
I
stop
don't
coming in.
appreciate it.
All right, couple of questions. Barry's not here, so we'll just stall and let you know this, friends, that Jack and Mr. Poodle have been to the same Barry Manilow concert.
Except we didn't know it. It's like we were
Okay.
meant to be together.
But they had a gay off.
What do you mean? Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Poodle told us how gay he was at what he sacrificed to be at Barry, and then Jack told us how gay he was at what he had to do,
Right.
and it was like a big competition.
Mr. Poodle didn't go to Hawaii. And
No. I went to Hawaii,
Well,
but
fine, what?
Hi,
I cut it short by a day.
You left Hawaii to come home to see Barry.
I did indeed.
It's well worth it. Best show I ever saw, Barry Manilow.
And Jack,
Twice. I was front row at the Kodak Theater.
See?
I had Barry sweat on me.
Ew.
It ruled.
I'm going to ask Barry a couple questions.
like if any of his fans ever creep him out.
Like, is
'Cause
he
I got a
married?
No, he's not.
How come nobody ever talks about that?
Because Barry, it's all about the music. I love Barry.
Dude, I love Barry,
But
but
I've
how
never
come we
been to
don't
see
know
him.
if he has kids?
I think there's just some people you don't ask.
I never
You
knew
know what he has? I saw.
I never knew Jerry Springer had a special needs kid until he did Dancing with the Stars.
You know what, Barry? I
We need
saw.
Barry to dance.
I think he has it's his niece or his goddaughter. He had a girl with him when he was walking the red carpet right before he performed at the Dick
Don't
Clark
you want to
tribute.
know?
And they asked him all about
Put
that.
him on Dancing with the Stars. We'll find out about his life. By the way, sad news: Jerry Springer voted off the island at Dancing with the Stars.
And rightfully so.
I mean, I have the audio, but it's just going to say Jerry Springer voted off Dancing with the Stars.
We have the clip.
Go ahead and play it,
Going
Jack.
home
I want to
tonight.
hear him being voted off.
Jerry and Kim.
Yeah, there we go.
Monique and Louie. On our 7th week of competition, the couple with the lowest score, and therefore leaving right now. Jerry
Wow,
and
you guys
Kim.
kept all this in there? Oh, wow. Jack, you were right.
Yeah.
Jerry got weepy.
Well, no need to play the clip because, by the way, the clip that would have been better is Jerry Springer crying.
Yeah, he got weepy.
Right.
He cried. He wept. He fell apart. It was horrible.
And to recover, he grabbed the microphone from Tom Bergeron and did
Like 8,000
And
times.
let's bring up the next guest.
I
Yeah,
know,
and like started going
sad.
into talk show mode.
It got all wiggly. It was just really uncomfortable to see Jerry Springer cry over Dancing with the Stars. It really was weird.
I would make you uncomfortable.
It really was. I'm like, oh. But I didn't get to see Reba or whoever sang. Martina McBride, who sang?
yeah, McBride, the crazy
Yeah.
girl.
This one's for the girls. Anyway, somebody wants to call about Barry. Still waiting for Barry, by the way. Don't know if you can notice that.
Yeah, killing time.
We'll hold for Barry forever.
Sonia.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to our show.
We roll!
What can we do for you?
I love you guys. I just wanted to tell the guys that, you know what, I'm much more sacrificing than Mr. Poodle or anybody else there because I'm a single parent. I saved up all my money and flew to Miami to see him.
Wow.
Wow.
From LA.
You're kidding.
No, I love
He
Barry Manilow.
probably would have been here
Yeah,
sometime.
you know he's in Vegas at the Hilton
yeah,
a lot.
that's
Yeah.
like a Southwestern flight.
I've got tickets for that in November.
Oh, she's a fan of
she is
Low.
a Barry.
Oh, I gotta know when he comes back. I want to see him. I want to go to Vegas to see Barry.
Hey, Sonia, thank you for the phone call. It's very interesting.
Thank
Thank you.
I
Bye.
was totally lying. It wasn't interesting.
No.
Crazy
But-
Manilow.
Here's the thing. I want to tell you guys this. I think this is the perfect time right now. We sometimes try to figure out what we're going to talk about on the show after the show, and then we do this thing called a promo.
Right.
Okay, and then we said, like yesterday, you probably heard it said coming up tomorrow, Jeannie Buss and Barry Manilow, and also have you ever broke up with somebody over their costume? Blah 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 blah. Well, we had a better idea for a promo, and we thought it was really brilliant, and then it got shot down by our boss,
Yeah, who hated it.
who hates us. So what I would like for you to do as we stall for Barry Manilow is listen to the promo that we originally cut for this show and tell us if you liked it or not, because it got yanked off the air yesterday. Here we go.
Star 98.7, the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
Tomorrow on the big show, Pimp My Vacuum.
Bag or bagless, you make the call.
And does anybody really need a pink vacuum cleaner?
It's the We Suck Show tomorrow.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench. Weekday mornings from 5 to 10. Exclusively on Star 98.7, today's music alternative.
Now, I liked it.
Way more fun.
I liked it a lot because I thought it had sound effects. What happened yesterday was somebody was vacuuming in the studio. So I said, what the hell? Let's just cut the promo anyway, because everybody had to go. Jack had to go to the hospital or whatever for his wife. And so we just started doing it, and then we're like, I don't know. I liked
We're like
it.
solid gold right there.
Yeah, can you play it one more time,
Of
Jack?
course.
Just because I missed it, and I'm sad that it got yanked off the air.
Star 98.7, the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
Tomorrow on the big show, Pimp My Vacuum.
Bag or bagless, you make the call.
And does anybody really need a pink vacuum cleaner?
It's the We Suck Show tomorrow. I don't know.
We have
All right,
fun
fine.
sometimes.
You know, we had joy, we had fun, but we had no Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
We had
Barry
vacuum cleaner.
Manilow is not here.
We're getting the Barry blow off.
Oh, there he is!
Oh,
Oh, now what
now
do we
I
do?
don't know because now we have to go to commercials. Oh, Jesus loves me. This I know.
Where's Barry?
For Barry Manilow
Oh,
told me so.
Barry, you came and you were late. But we bumped our commercials for Barry.
I don't know if the advertisers would be very happy.
Hey, everyone holds for Barry.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
It's the law of Barry?
Dude, Barry sold 75 million records.
I know, but I had to stall with the vacuum promo.
That was hot. That right there was good stuff.
I don't even know. We talked about you.
Yeah.
Like this whole segment, very
Fine,
boring while
fine,
waiting for Barry.
Fine.
This whole segment ruined while waiting for
Did
Barry.
I tell you I'm running for governor?
Look, ladies and gentlemen, it's Barry Manilow.
Yeah!
Barry Manilow! Barry, we've been waiting and waiting, and I had to do pimp my vacuum talk and
Oh, I'm
stuff.
so sorry. I don't know. I was I'm at the mercy of everybody else.
Oh,
but I'm
Barry.
here now.
Oh, okay, because I am just pissed off.
I love Barry.
I love Barry too. That's why we were having him on, but then Barry screws me.
And I bet Barry doesn't vacuum.
No.
Yeah, that's probably true. So how are you, Mr. Barry Manilow?
Well, I'm doing great. You know, this hip replacement, and not replacement, this hip operation. Kind of got me down for a couple of weeks, but I'm back on my feet. I did 2 big full concerts over the last 2 weekends, and I'm back.
Well, we were just talking about you on the show too, about how you write the songs that make the
Yes.
whole world sing.
That's right.
But also like the best, make you feel better about yourself, breakup songs, blah, blah, blah. And here's what I was thinking, because you now live in Vegas. Have you written a song yet for Steve Wynn and that broken Picasso?
Wow, did you hear about that?
Yes.
God damn, that. I would have killed myself.
Put his elbow through $1 million Picasso.
Oh my God, I can't even hear this.
I'm just wondering, is there a song for that?
Really? Well, I got to think about it, But what about, what an idiot I am? How about a song called "What an Idiot I Am"?
I know. Oh, 'cause I'm like, there's just not a song for this one. This is sad.
Oh God.
Oh, so you live in Vegas now?
No, I live in Palm Springs, but I commute to Vegas with this plane that the Hilton has generously given me. And every night I get on a plane, I go play with my band, I play with the audience, and I get back on a plane and I go back and I watch the Jay Leno show. That is like the dream gig of all time because I don't have to tour and leave home anymore.
That is sweet.
You go home every night?
I do.
On a private jet from the Hilton.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do. So
Please
far,
tell me it doesn't have like pink flamingos all over the jet.
No.
Okay, good.
It's very classy, very cool, and it
Like palm
really is
trees.
a dream gig.
Wow, that is a dream gig. It's good to be Bear.
It is. Well, after 30 years of bad room service and those little bars of soap, I'm so over touring, that that this is really great.
And what do you? Because I go to Palm Springs a lot, but I go that 2 Bunch Palms or whatever.
Oh, yeah?
But what do you do in Palm Springs besides?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
They have a great Chuck E. Cheese.
Nothing.
I went there last time.
I sit and I look at the gorgeous view and the sky and the mountains, and then I get on a plane and I have music and people screaming and.
You never go over to the Marriott and get on that little boat?
The Marriott? No, I haven't done that.
Or drink at that little bar
I'm
in
not
front of
here
it?
for that. No.
California Pizza Kitchen or the Tram? Nothing?
No, no. I mean, that people who come in love all that stuff. I don't do that.
You're already back to performing? That seemed like you just had that surgery.
I know. I did 2 concerts, honestly. I did 2 huge 13,000 sold-out people in Atlantic City. Same thing in Chicago last weekend, and I actually did it without falling down or anything. But
That is good. I have 2 questions, and then we'll talk about your album real quick because I know you got to go. But do you ever talk to Bette Midler?
I do. I produced 2 of the last 2 albums.
I really love that woman, and I don't know why.
We did a tribute to Rosemary Clooney, which got a Grammy nomination. And
I guess
then
you did talk to her.
Last year we did a tribute to Peggy Lee, which who knows what'll happen with that. But they're both wonderful, and we had a great time doing it.
And then the other thing, and please don't be insulted by this, but I'm wondering if you are in fact insulted by the fact that people say that they're grooming Clay Aiken to be the next Barry Manilow, because we were talking about this off the air, and the fact is you write all your music and you're a musician, and you're not just a singer like old Clay.
Right. I think he's great, by the way.
Yeah, but he needs to play a piano.
He's got a wonderful, wonderful voice, and I think he's got a great career ahead of him.
He's no Barry.
Yeah, he's no.
Well, thank you.
It's true, though. Isn't it a little insulting? It doesn't even play the piano or write anything.
No, it's not insulting.
All right,
not
fine. I'll mark that off my list.
Okay. Not insulting.
Not insulting. All right. And then the other question, what's the craziest thing a fan has ever done to get close to you?
To get close to me, somebody sent me a roll of toilet paper with "I love you, Barry Manilow" on every sheet.
Wow. He said sheet.
On every sheet of paper. I'm not sure that was a compliment or not. I'm not sure.
Wow, because we were wondering, do you ever look out at the crowd and go, wow, these are a bunch of lunatics?
No. No, but sometimes in Vegas it is a different crowd. Like we had the Cement Mixers Convention. And that is an odd crowd, I must say.
Yeah, the Cement Mixers of America. Yeah, CMOA.
I didn't know why they were there, and they didn't know why they were there.
All right, and your new album, The Greatest Songs of the 60s, in stores on Halloween.
It does. It hits stores on October 31st. I think that's next Tuesday, and it's a feel-good album. In this day and age where you watch CNN through your fingers, this album will make you feel good.
And what are you dressing up as for Halloween?
As Elvis, of course.
Barry Manilow, everybody! Thank you, Barry. Thanks so much. The Greatest Songs of the 60s will be in stores Tuesday on Halloween. Thanks again, Barry.